I don't know what exactly happened last night. I usually don't think twice about strange dreams, but this one, it spoke to me. No, it yelled at me with the voice of 1,000 vengeful souls. Alright, snap out of it, hombre. See you demands a mailbag. Where are my sunglasses?
Hi, I'm Ombre de Mundo, your one and only man of world, and this is the Zelda Universe Mailbag. Our first question comes from Balls Baby 123, who asks, do you think Nintendo will ever come out with another IP series as incredible as, say, Metroid, Mario, or Zelda ever again? Well, isn't that a loaded question? See, the thing is with Nintendo, they keep doing amazing stuff. Now, as with most companies that already have strong IPs, they focus on those. They focus on expanding the series and making sequels. And there's actually a kind of a good mix between making something new and making something old. I mean, look at Donkey Kong Country Returns or Kid Icarus. Those are two instances of, old classic games that have been revitalized, which is, almost as good as making something entirely new, because it's especially with Kid Icarus, because you take essentially the fictional universe of an old game and just completely reinvent the gameplay. Now, of course, with the gaming industry having expanded so much since the 80s, it's a lot more difficult to come up with something new, super strong, or revolutionary. But sure, Nintendo can do it, and if I'm not mistaken, I think Miyamoto said he's been wanting to make some completely new IPs. So we'll look forward to see what the future has in store. But as far as I'm concerned, I think I'll be just as happy if they keep expanding and innovating within the old classic franchises. Our next question comes from The Red Nova, who asks, do you think we'll see any more Four Swords or new Hyrule games out there anytime in the future? Now, of course, new Hyrule games, by that we mean, games that take place in New Hyrule, i.e. the Hyrulean Spirit Tracks. Yes, I do think that. New Hyrule, for sure, I think they're gonna do something with. I have a hard time not seeing it, because it's essentially a blank sheet of paper that they can do whatever they want with. Not quite, because you have Spirit Tracks and Wind Waker further back in the timeline. But they can pretty much do anything with New Hyrule, and I think that if they want to make a game that's somewhat focused on, the timeline, or it wants to be consistent with the universe that it takes place in, yeah, New Hyrule sounds like a great choice. As far as Four Swords is concerned, yeah, I do think so. I'm not actually basing that on anything, except that, people like Zelda, and an online Four Swords, it's just so overdue by now. It's gotta happen sooner or later. Now, as for what system that would be on, my guess would be 3DS, because I think with the Wii U they want to stick to motion controls. Skyward Sword just show that, you know, we want to stick to motion controls and we want to do that, you know, classic grand Zelda experience. But with the 3DS, you know, the dual screens and online and also, you know, the great you know, trading and Street Pass and all the things that the 3DS has got going for it, a multiplayer Zelda seems to fit best for that system. Next question comes from George H91,000. Where in the timeline do you want Zelda Wii U to take place? Okay, I like this question because he asks where I want it to take place. Obviously, we know nothing about Zelda Wii U yet, so can't make any predictions really. But where do I want it to take place? I think going back to my previous question, I think it would be great to see it take place in New Hyrule after Spirit Tracks. I would want a game with, you know, that's a big open world, but you still have the train tracks that, you know, acts as, you know, instead of teleporting, when you come across a track in the overworld, you can just take the train and ride, and that will cover, you know, fast transportation, faster than a horse, but it's not quite teleporting either. You just stop the train and get off anywhere in the world. I think that would be really cool. And like I said, it would just, New Hyrule provides so many freedoms for the developers when it comes to both story and geography and everything, so yeah, I think after Spirit Tracks would be pretty neat, especially if Zelda Wii U has, you know, some underground, you know, you have a dungeon that's somehow tied to old Hyrule and you get to see, you know, the ancient fallen civilization and explore that from a new perspective. That I think would be really cool. That's all for this week's mailbag. Just remember, you can have your questions answered. Just put them in the comment section below and I'll be back next week with all the answers. I'm Amr Demundo, your one and only man of world. Over and out. And now, time to watch some Beauty and the Geek Australia. I want to see what Cody's up to.